Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Duke's Rib House and Grill, 1901 Cochran Road, Pittsburgh, PA, 15220. It's right near Max and Irma's, right down Green Tree Hill, Giant Eagles across the street. Somehow all these people come in from their shopping. They got their toilet paper, their bread, and peanut butter. That's what I like. So they're all here. I know it's going to be 2 degrees or something, but thanks for coming out. Thanks for all the likes on our page. We hit a new record. Jim Audet, it's a world record, never been at this level before. 4,345 likes. So thank you very much. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. This is my co-host, Smoking Jim Frazier. We always have our third co-host here, but he went on a road trip for Pittsburgh Sportsline to Daytona Beach, the 500. So he did report on an accident. He was the first one in the area to report on that. So I appreciate Zach. And we have our new gear. He was supposed to bring it after he stopped home, but we don't have it yet. So there's hats. I'm not allowed to mention the price because you can't sell anything on public access TV, just so you know. We start our show with what's on our mind, and we're going to do that right now. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks to Devin Shea, got this nice little brochure that says Visit Monroeville, God's Country.
What does it say?
I'd like to start off.
I just want to report that it's now a little diminished with some of the things that have happened, and I'd rather give at least 10 seconds to pray for all the victims of all the violence in our area, including Monroeville and everything. We kid about a lot of things, but those are some of the things that do bother me. So let's take 10 seconds just to pray for all these victims. All right, Smoking Jim, we got that under control. Now take care of what you normally do.
Thanks,
Protect your ears. We do not have a PA system.
I'd like to start off each and every show by thanking Kelly and the owner Reddy for having us back here once again. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best ribs I ever had in my life. Big hand for award-winning author Jody in the house.
Here, hold up her book. Slick Move Guide.
The NFL outsmarted themselves this year by moving the NFL draft to the first weekend in May. Here's some of the events they have to compete against that weekend. You got the NFL draft, you got the NBA playoff, the NHL playoffs, you got the Yankees versus Boston Red Sox, you got the Kentucky Derby, Cinco de Mayo, and last but not least, Floyd Money Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. The Pittsburgh Steelers got to be smarter during this draft and quit falling in love with guys running around in diapers and shorts at the NFL Combine. You need to watch game film because film don't lie. James Harrison didn't get drafted even though he led the nation in sacks as a college senior. They said he was too short, even though he sacked Big Ben 5 times in one game. James Harrison is a workout warrior. Right now, at 37 years old, he's in Arizona already training for the 2015 season. Antonio Brown averaged 100 catches a season in college. They said he was too short. 2014 NFL Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson was told he was too short. James Harrison, Antonio Brown, Russell Wilson may be small in size, but they're mighty otherwise. It's not how big the dog is in the fight, it's the fight in the dog. Pittsburgh Steelers, you need to draft a superhero to help out on your defense. You need to draft a young James Harrison or Birdman.
Thanks, Smoking Jim. Anybody have a spare hearing aid right now? You know what? There was a product we had here once. I can't seem to find it. It's called ear muffers. What would be a better opportunity? You'll find out about that much, much later here. I usually have a lot of things on my mind, and I do. But one of them is, well, actually two of them are about Smoking Jim. Most of you hear him as a loud, brash guy. He's actually, yes, he is that way. He announces basketball. So I'm going to ask him some basketball questions. He also announces boxing. So I may have a question or two for him about that. And we usually don't do this. Matter of fact, this is the first time I've ever got to interview him on Pittsburgh Sportsline. And I know you're going to enjoy it because this is something near to my heart and his, City League championships. Well, Smoking Jim, I know you announced the games, and I know the weather was bad, and I know you were there early.
And I was there in my bulletproof vest.
And that's why we like Smoking Jim. The disclaimer is whatever he says, he means it, even if it sounds ridiculous, and he'll back it up. What was your favorite game?
Well, my favorite game was, of course, the girls' game. Obama got the most beautiful female head coach in Monique McCoy, and she's sharp. So that was my favorite game. But my favorite team is the Allderdice Boys. I think the Allderdice Boys may go down in history as the greatest City League basketball team of all time. They're all juniors. Next year, if they don't win the state championship this year, even though they beat 6 WPIL playoff teams this year, next year they got everybody coming back, and they get back their 6'9" center who's on injured reserve right now.
Hold it, I can't believe you on this one.
Nobody shakes the dice twice.
I can't believe it. The 60s and 70s had some of the best City League teams that should have been allowed to play all over the state.
But this team, they actually got to go to class.
I was talking basketball. We all know the degrees you have that, hold it, I think I have what they are. I don't know, can you get a close-up of his 3 degrees?
I'm a proud general studies major in college.
And that's not even good toilet paper, so, and they need it in this weather. Look at that. I'm asking about basketball. Tell me a couple players I should look for.
Well, they got a set of twins for Allderdice. They're juniors. They're all state in football and basketball. Tim and James Jackson, Action Jackson, 6'3", can do it all above the rim, 3-point shooters. Quarterback and wide receivers on the football teams, outstanding athletes. University of Pittsburgh, you need to sign these guys up ASAP.
Well, do they have any guys that can get them the ball?
Yes, they do. They got their backcourt. They play 3 guards. All their guards are 6'2" or taller. All of them can bomb from the 3-point line, and all of them can get to the basketball hoop. And don't forget, last year they won the city also. Allderdice is starting to be a dynasty. They won the last 5 out of 6 City League basketball championships. And I believe that there's better City League players now, and the teams are better than way back then, because now you only have about 6 City League schools and only 4 of them that are worth going to. So you got all the great athletes trying to get in 4 schools. So now you got all the athletes in the city of Pittsburgh going to, 3 or 4 schools. So you got a lot of competition.
And that's some of the insights that you don't normally hear from him. He does some of this on our Tuesday night show when we're live in the area, but I wanted to bring it out since we have a nice group of people here, and this will be broadcast maybe as soon as tomorrow night. I don't know.
And I also want to thank the University of Pittsburgh. For the first time in 6 years, the City League was able to play in a college venue. They usually only play in a high school gym. My only question is, why is Brandon Knight's jersey hanging from the rafters?
He always has to have something controversial. Now, you talked about the women's team, but you only talked about how beautiful they are. How did they win the game?
Well, one, I tell you what, real quick on Allderdice. Allderdice got a girl that I nicknamed, her last name is Gibner. I nicknamed her the Greyhound because she is so fast. She's a super sophomore. She's going to be outstanding. But one of the assistant coaches for Obama is City League Hall of Famer, former Pitt star, Darrell Porter. His daughter's a sophomore. She was MVP of the game. She's a 6-foot center. and she's going to be outstanding. But what I like about women's basketball is they actually set up plays. They share the ball. They're very unselfish. And I tell you what, Obama's one of the hottest teams in the state, and they do got the best looking coach in state history.
Smoking Jim, I have her phone number. I will be calling to invite her when she's not so busy, since somehow you forgot to tell me that you're best friends with her. Steve Okabayashi's the guy who had to give me the message on it.
All right, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. One more thing. I know you're a boxing guy. I know you got to see the fights. Tell me about Sammy Vasquez.
Well, I tell you what, I'm real proud of Sammy. Sammy used to be with Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson's, one of his 3 personalities, decided to get out of the boxing promotion business. So now he's with Al Heyman. Al Heyman also has Floyd Money Mayweather and Danny Garcia. I enjoy going to the press conference on Thursday. There was 10 fighters there and only 1 that spoke English, and they didn't have an interpreter, so I didn't get much. I didn't get to write much about that. But Sammy Vasquez, outstanding, up-and-coming fighter, climbing the ladder, and by the end of the year, 2015, I wouldn't be surprised that Sammy Vasquez gets to fight the winner of Floyd Money Mayweather and Pac-Man.
You heard it first here on Pittsburgh Sportsline. It took a lot to get it out of him, but look what we did.
Mexican!
And American. And American. They have a t-shirt that says both. It's all true. Well, thanks, Smoking Jim. That ends what's on our mind. We have a lot of great guests here. If I cut you short, it's not because you're talking too much. It's because we got too many guests. On a sad note here, a young man in Bethel, Joey Fabus, just died recently on January 21st of this year. It's just a sad thing. Today's my daughter's birthday. Yesterday was his birthday. You know, I have 2 kids, and it just breaks your heart when somebody dies of some type of cancer that you don't know about, a brain cancer that affects your brain stem. And I'm going to bring up the parents here, and I heard Cindy will give a better conversation than Dave, and I trust that because they're from KO, and I've had a lot of guests from KO recently. Dave can't do math very well, so we're not going to ask those questions of him. But we're going to bring him up, and with a sad thing, I want to first show Joey's picture, because I always do show and tell, and I know Devin can get a nice close-up on here, so you don't have to get me in the photo at all. That'll work. You got it? And he's one of my heroes in life. The fight that he put on, the smile that he had all the time. They even made him an honorary policeman. And I would just like to bring you guys up and tell us a little about him and how people can help and donate to try to beat this disease that's just horrific. Come on up. Are you? Well, Cindy, then everybody will know you. Introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cindy, Joey's mom.
What's your maiden name so all your Bethel Park neighbors and friends?
It's Eichelsbacher, so it's a little bit long.
Now, I normally ask 3 questions. We already know your name. Mm-hmm. I'm going to waive my sports questions.
No, you can ask some.
Well, I only have 2.
Well, I have some things I can tell you.
Uh-oh.
Well, you ask your questions.
Yeah, hold it. It's my interview. We got your name out. What's your favorite sport?
Probably hockey or football.
Pick one.
Hockey.
That's a good season. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite team?
The Pens.
Ah, nice. Have you followed them most of your life, or just recently?
Good bit. I used to go when I was a child to a lot of the games. My dad had season tickets.
What about 15 years ago?
I know. Longer than that.
Okay. Well, I don't like to ask women's ages, so thank you. Okay. What do you like about the Pens?
Their determination. Their players are excellent. It's a hometown team. What's not to like?
Those are all good points. You sound like a good Pittsburgh fan.
Okay. I am. I'm a little nervous. Sorry.
Are you? Well, everybody usually is because they're afraid I'm going to try to stump them. But I'm
Okay.
not going to ask any questions you don't know the answer to.
Okay, good.
Okay?
Okay.
I won't ask you the name of number 87.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't do that. I might not
Sidney
know.
Crosby.
Yeah.
He's right there.
I know.
That
I know
was
who
a
it
cheat
is.
sheet.
Trust me, that's my favorite player. So
How did I guess?
it's everybody's. One of everybody's.
No, I like Malkin, actually.
I like him too.
Okay. Enough sports. We got to get to some serious stuff.
Okay.
How do people, donate and help in memory of Joey Strong? I've seen the T-shirts and everything. Can they buy them?
They can buy several T-shirts. We have T-shirts pretty much located all through Bethel Park, various locations. Brewster's, Simply Yogurt, I think, has them now. No, Give Me a Cookie.
See, he can talk.
Brewster's, I said Brewster's. Spartan Pharmacy, Al's Cafe, Duke's. We'll soon have them.
There we go. And that's
there's
right
several
here in Mount
versions of them,
Lebanon,
too.
so you're
This
expanding.
is one of them.
Stand up.
No,
You don't want to?
stand up.
Okay. Maybe we'll bring Dave. Why don't you show
Yeah.
the hoodie? I'm not going to ask you a question. Don't take it off, please. He's from KO. I know his brother. No, they can't see it on TV. No. Step back here. Step away from the camera. And smile there. That's something to be proud of, and this is in honor of Joey, too, so thank you. You just showed the worst side there. Up high, though.
Read that later, after we talk.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And that was Joey's dad. He said he wasn't coming on camera. I did trick him here just so you wouldn't be as nervous. Because he got to be part of this, too. He's crying like a baby back here. I knew he was sarcastic.
Okay.
So they can get T-shirts locally in Bethel Park.
And bracelets. We have Joey Strong bracelets.
That's great. Now, can they order anything?
We're
Anywhere?
working on getting them ordered, an ordering system online on
Okay.
our website, which is under development right now.
Okay.
But they can always contact us via Facebook or the
Tell
Joey.
them the different Facebook pages you have,
Right.
because I had to like 3 of them, I think.
Sure.
So.
We have Joey's Journey, which is basically a posting site that we would post all of our updates on Joey's condition and just his journey through the situation from May through the time that he passed away. We have recently developed the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation, which is now up and going. There's right now the best way to look at that is to look at the foundation site, which is Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. There is a GoFundMe account on there right now temporarily until we get everything organized. But right now, that's where the main donations can come in. And everything that we're making with the T-shirts and the various fundraisers we'll have throughout the year will go directly to that foundation. And at the end of the year, David and I will decide where we're sending the money, which will primarily be for research, for DIPG, as well as
Can you explain the DIPG?
Sure. DIPG, it's called diffuse intrinsic pontine which is a tumor of the brainstem, the pontine in the pontus in the brainstem, which basically has a 0% survivor rate. No matter what they do, they can't treat it for cure. They treat it for symptom submission, basically. So any child that gets this disease basically has a death sentence from the time they're diagnosed.
And it's all young children from what I read up
the
on
average age, I think, it's usually even younger than Joey's diagnosis, from 2 to 5 or 2 to 7. But we've seen children like Joey, his age, and even some teenagers that have developed a disease. As you all know, Lauren Hill, she's the basketball player that has done a lot of publicity for the disease, which has been a great thing because she's put a lot of awareness out there with her foundation and her goals in life with her condition. But about 300 to 350 children get diagnosed every year within the United States.
So it's pretty rare.
They consider that rare. And
Out of 330 million people.
Right.
That is
It's
a small
rare.
percentage.
It's rare, but it's for those of us that have to deal with that diagnosis, we don't feel it's that rare. I mean, you figure every year the 300 children that are diagnosed, they're usually still alive or possibly still alive the next year when those next 300 children get diagnosed. So you have a range of anywhere from 300 to 600 children a year who get diagnosed with this disease.
It could be even 1,000 if they live.
It can be, and worldwide it's higher than that. But
it's still not good. How do you beat this disease? Right. That's what we're trying to find.
Right. So our goal with our foundation is to spread the awareness. That's the key. The more aware people are of the situation and how this affects families and children, the more people will get involved. And unfortunately, our government doesn't give a lot of money for pediatric cancer. So the 4% they give every year in the budget, 1% goes to brain cancer, and that gets divided amongst every childhood brain cancer that's diagnosed. So any one of those, which are all important, get basically next to nothing because there's so many of them.
Well, then let's hope that these donations do help so you can get some money together. We look forward to whenever you have events or other things you do. And I was just slipped this paper by your husband.
That's one thing
I know,
that we wanted to share.
Right. That's why I want to do that now.
Okay.
If we can. What's this? Julius Page.
Julius Page.
From Pitt.
He's a former Pitt basketball player.
We know of him. We follow some other sports.
Okay. Thought so.
That's why we're on a sports show here. We're trying to help. There's going to be a basketball tournament in March or April at South Point in Joey's honor. It's going to be the Bethel Park boys and girls basketball.
No, that's separate.
Oh, that's another separate thing? He should have divided that. He's your husband. What the heck happened?
This is a 3-on-3 tournament. It's a nationwide thing, but he does it here. It's part of you probably know that a big star started this about 5 years ago, and it just keeps getting bigger.
We'd have to think. Well, thanks, Dave, for being off air, that we didn't hear any of that.
I can talk about that. I just can't talk about Joey.
Yeah. Well, Joey got to do a lot of interesting things related to sports.
Could you give us a couple?
I can. He got to throw out the first pitch at a Pirate game, which was the most official pitch they had that day. There were several other people. He got to throw the pitch out to Chris Stewart and the Pirate
backup catcher to Russell Martin.
That's okay. We
He's
actually
still a Pirate.
Pedro Alvarez actually met him in the hallway between the dugout and the locker room. And there was a conversation between David and Pedro Alvarez regarding having the first at bat to be a home run for Joey, and he actually hit a home run at that game.
Oh, this is like Babe Ruth. Unbelievable.
Great guy, yeah. And he took the time to stop to say hello to Joey and shake his hand, and they're busy guys and they're trying to get in and out, and he took the time to stop and say hello to him.
Well, that's an inspiration.
It is.
Definitely. What about the policeman story?
The policeman story is very significant as well, just as touching. He got to be part of more than one softball game tournament, one between Bethel Park and Mount Lebanon, where he was an honorary guest as they host the Special Olympics for their benefit, and another one that they did in his honor in Bethel Park at Millennium Field with various baseball teams or softball teams, police softball teams throughout the area that came for one cause for 2 days to support Joey and our family. And that was led by Officer Tom Rigatti of the Bethel Park Police Department, who has been basically Joey's right-hand man, and that was his partner through the whole, from the time that he got sworn in as a police officer for Bethel Park. So that was quite an honor. We've had a few other things. We were supposed to be with the Penguins one day, but Joey was in the hospital, so we missed that opportunity. And when he was in the hospital, because we missed that opportunity, we got a phone call from Brett Kiesel, who basically FaceTimed him on the phone or however that goes, and had a nice long conversation.
He told him not
with
fear the beard.
Right.
Right?
It was very nice. So we
those are great things in the community. We're going to bring Dave up in a second, because as nervous as you've been, and he's chiming in. I know. Well, I can understand, and I know the questions that I can ask, which are none. I'll just let him talk a little bit.
Okay.
And I want to thank you, and I wish you the best of luck with all this.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome, and we'll bring you back anytime you have something like an event that
Yeah.
Instead of 2 parts, it can just be 1 part.
But we thought this was a good thing to mention because he was talking about it. And when you talk about women's basketball teams, the Bethel Park girls are headed to
Lady Hawks.
They got a brother and a sister. The brother.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I follow
the boys are also involved. So go
Well,
Bethel.
he's
We hope they do well.
He's Monroeville centric. He
okay.
doesn't want to talk
The
about anything
sister's
else.
only
Okay.
a sophomore. She's a super sophomore too.
And they're a nice family too. I
We're
won't
going to
mention
bring
their
you
name.
back because rarely do you crack that coconut there. So we got through that.
Good.
Bring Dave up. Thank you again.
Thank you.
take care.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You sit in the hot seat here. What were you saying about this basketball? I could barely decipher this.
Julius Page, he plays for Pitt. I'm not
Okay.
sure if you know that.
Nah,
I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
He called.
I know.
Actually, what
my
happened?
son actually, I got to interrupt you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Bethel Park. My son's lived in Bethel Park his whole life. He has this big shoe in his closet. Guess whose shoe it
And
is?
it's Julius Page.
Brilliant.
Wow.
These guys from KO, you aren't fooling them on anything, I'm telling you.
I can't remember if it was the day after he passed away when they had the service on TV.
Yeah.
Julius woke up early that morning and said, "I never watch TV. I get up and I go play basketball really early. For some reason, I turned the TV on. He saw that and said, I got to do something."
You know what? Thanks for sharing that story
Yeah.
because that's awesome.
Yeah.
God works in mysterious ways, and
Yes.
that's just one of them there.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then he called Jonna Burke, the coach for the basketball team, and
Get out.
she called me. Then he called me, and
And this is going to be a 3-on-3 tournament?
he's trying to do 3-on-3. It's all no college players or pro players.
Right.
Everybody under 18, I guess, or
Okay.
whatever it is. Maybe they
That
have to be
makes
over
sense.
18, but not in college. But it's supposed to be a nationwide tournament, but he does it here at the new facility. And
Well, when you get the date
South
for
Fayette.
this, when you get the date, let us know.
I will.
All right? And then we'll help promote that.
Okay.
Any flyers you have would be appreciated on that.
All right.
Anything
I'll
else
share
you-
them on your page.
Yeah, you could share it, and I know how to repost it and all that technology out there, all right? Don't you worry. I'll get a couple people to like it, I guarantee, and your pages, too.
All right. I'll get something like yours.
That's
I think I have a few
appreciated.
more.
Do you? Okay.
I think. Yeah, we have.
Well,
both
as long
things.
as you can like it at home or on a smartphone or whatever else, because,
I can't do it on the smartphone.
No? Okay, then just do it on your computer.
Yeah.
Enough of that. We got to get you out of here.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
God bless you. You take care.
Thanks very much.
Thanks. All right, introduce yourself before we get in a battle here.
My name's Anna Marie Geyer. Anna Marie Geyer. What else
Okay.
do you want to know?
Well, the second question I have is, do you have a favorite sport?
I do have a favorite sport, soccer.
He doesn't even know why he's clapping.
It's okay, he's clapping. That's a good thing.
He hates soccer
How can you hate soccer?
I love it.
It's a worldwide sport.
because you're here. It's football out there. He
That's
only
right.
likes football. What's your favorite team?
Probably the U.S. women's team.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a really good team in Cleveland, and any team that my granddaughter plays for is a good
okay.
team.
Well, that makes sense.
She's a really good player.
Since we're talking sports, we shared a couple stories the other day. And I know I tried to offend you, and I think I did very well.
No, you didn't offend me.
Okay, well, she likes a little battle. She's as sarcastic or more than I am. And you told me a story that you trained at boxing.
Oh, I took boxing.
Listen to this.
About 25 years ago when I lived in Illinois with the University of Illinois with a welterweight champion. It was fun. I mean, I got to dance around the gym and,
Now
learn
you
how to
understand
punch.
how I found out she's 5'2" and she's boxing the middleweight champion of the world.
Oh, I wasn't boxing him, but it was really
That's what I thought. I heard that.
I didn't say that.
I said I heard
said
that.
I boxed the one that lost, not the guy that won.
Okay.
Pardon me?
That's pretty close.
It's pretty
don't-
close.
The
It was
audience,
fun.
don't let them interrupt
Don't
us
let-
while
all
we're
right,
talking.
I'm sorry.
I'll do the interviews. I'm asking the questions. So, obviously, you like to stay in shape. So,
I
do you
did
work
that.
out today?
I just started to. I just got a knee replacement, so I'm back into doing more exercises.
Well, that's fantastic. Can you take my friend with you
Sure.
to exercise a little bit? Because we're trying to get him healthier.
We'll do it together.
Okay, there you go. Now, we're a little bit limited on time, but I wanted to bring up my shameless promotion about the Author Zone. It's such a great idea. that, hey, can we get a little, Devin? I need your expertise here. You can talk about it right now while he's trying to.
The Author Zone last year was an award ceremony for authors, not just in the Pittsburgh area, but we actually had submissions from Indiana, from North Carolina, and several other states. It was the first event. It was very successful. We had about 105 submissions, and there were 38 winners in 10 different categories. That was first, second, third, and runner-up.
Right.
It turned out to be, again, like a really successful event. We had 110 people at the event. This year I'm doing it on October the 21st and 22nd at the Rivers Club. It'll be preceded by a workshop and a reception the night before. So right now I'm taking submissions.
What should they do to submit their books to you? That's what I want them to find out now.
They could contact me at info@theauthorzone.com or go right on the site, which is theauthorzone.com.
Just repeat that again, because I'm getting hard of hearing with Smoking Jim, so please tell me.
Theauthorzone.com, TheAuthors zone.com. And there's a submission form on there that somebody can download, pay the fee. It's $99 to submit your book, but that also includes a ticket to the event that night at the dinner.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That's a great deal. The Rivers Club is a great place to go.
It's a great venue, yes.
I was there, and it was an honor to see some of my friends win, see to you how successful you were at this event. I was really proud to go to that event and meet people. I even met a guy that wrote a book about Hannes Wagner. And
yes.
So I'm
now,
trying.
I have reviewers too. I'm not the one that reviews the book. So the reviewers come not just from the Pittsburgh area, but from around the country. Those are the ones that determine which one is going to be the winner, because I did know a lot of people that submitted books.
I know you
So I
did.
didn't want there to be any question as to my...
Listen to this. There's a guy who picks people on the Pittsburgh Sportsline Hall of Fame. He's the only guy. He only has one vote. It's not me. Here's the guy.
I had a bunch of votes.
So why don't you? Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
There's a bunch of votes.
No, that sounds good. But I appreciate you taking time to
Thank
come
you.
out here. Anything else you want to publicize or?
Lots, but I'll limit it to the Author Zone. Thank you very much.
All right, why don't you introduce yourself
I'm Raylyn McAwesome, the best wrestler ever.
and you?
And people call me the Justin Bieber of wrestling. My name is Dylan Bostic.
And they're local wrestlers here, and they wrestle almost every week. I can't believe it. I just saw Dylan working out with some weight. I think he had 50 pounds that he was pressing over his head.
It was a little bit more than 50 pounds. I mean,
Well, I don't know. Wait, can you?
It might have been 60. Give me a break here.
All right, I'm giving you a break because this is at least the second time you've been on the show. Because you acted like a shy guy and you wouldn't come on when poor Raylyn got up here and she was so nervous.
I did fine.
I wanted to
She
leave
did
her out
excellent.
there. I threw her under the bus.
Okay, well, you're an honest man. We rarely have that on our show. So, when do you guys, do you wrestle the same night each time, or do you wrestle at different times?
We wrestle.
You can talk.
We wrestle just about like every weekend.
Was I right then?
Yeah.
Okay, I
so
follow your exploits
usually
on Facebook.
Saturday nights.
Okay.
We have a lot of like really. We have like a bigger show coming up, Kentucky Derby. You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Yep,
We're at
They have
at the Kentucky Derby.
They have Derby
No
Festival
way.
all through Louisville, and they're the opening night of it is on Thunder, and we'll be wrestling there for OVW, which is where we train.
You're kidding.
Yeah, so that's really cool. We're really excited.
And that's the first week of May for all of you that don't know horse racing like I do. It's
It
supposed
starts
to
on Kentucky Derby Festival starts a week before.
be. I'm talking the horse
Derby.
race. You're talking
Yeah.
wrestling. When
I'm
are you
talking
wrestling?
the festival. We're wrestling on the 24th there,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
we just started wrestling locally too.
No way.
Yeah, so you can come see us.
Where at? Where's the next one at? We got it.
We have a big one coming up in April.
How come every wrestling match is a big one?
Well,
They're all huge because we're in them.
IWC has a big show coming up in April in Meadville.
do you have a date?
Meadville, right?
I mean, not you two
Meadville,
personally. I mean the rest.
What's the date, Rachel?
You can be our date.
Okay.
What's the date?
April 11th.
April 11th.
Okay, I'll check that
Ric
out.
Flair is going to be there.
No
My favorite
way.
wrestler.
Jim Ajay, when you watch this, you heard him. That's your idol, your hero, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair is going to be there.
What color will your hair be then?
Platinum.
This platinum.
Okay, just checking. I
Platinum
assume
blonde.
so.
Team
Okay.
Platinum. We went with that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I sort of like the color. I can pick you out in the crowd now.
There they are.
Definitely. So April 11th would be a great show to see in
big one.
Meadville.
Yeah, they're expecting a lot of people there. So.
Get on.
Yeah. So
That might be us. Definitely.
When is our next event is the 7th.
The
Of what,
7th.
March?
Yeah, in Connellsville.
Connellsville.
Yeah. We're
I know where
everywhere.
Connellsville.
We're everywhere.
Matter of fact, our friend and yours, Chris LaRusso, I think, fought
He'll
there
be
recently.
there.
He'll
He'll
be
be
there.
there.
Oh, man.
We'll be there.
It'll be like old homecoming on Pittsburgh Sports
It
Line
will.
there. You know that. Is your mom going to be there? I met her at a fight or
She
two.
went last time, so I don't know if she'll go this
She'll
time.
go this time. They loved it. They absolutely.
Did they? Not their poor little girl getting beat up.
Oh no! Oh, I'm a winner now.
She's a
I
winner
don't know if
now.
you knew this. I'm a winner now.
Hey, I got Ric Flair's Hall of Fame speech under my favorites.
Not everybody has that. See, I don't mean to offend you, but you know, people have gotten good karma. Smoke and Jim discovered that. Most people that are on our show, they end up winning.
Yeah.
See, you're living proof. All right, let's get on. Wait, how do they get a hold of you? Let's stay on a happy note. A winner. How should they get a hold of you? Raylyn who?
We have a website now. It's platinumworldtour.com, and then we're all over Twitter.
You better say that again, because I'm hard of hearing, you know.
Platinumworldtour.com. That's our. It has all
Both
our
of you?
dates. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? We're going to check that out.
Oh, hold on. Show me your shirt.
Oh yeah. And then ProWrestlingTees.com just launched my new merchandise.
How about your shoes? You got the shoes on?
I got my Jordans on.
Okay.
I like it. Hey, how about our new gear? We just come out
like
with
it.
Pittsburgh
Like it.
Sports Line.
We'll have to trade some shirts.
You know what? We got nice winter hats. You know how cold it is out there. You got to protect that naturally platinum hair.
Yeah, it's all natural. It's all natural.
Get out of here. You guys are great.
Great job.
Thank you. Winner. I know you're a winner. There they go. First, tell them your name.
Mike Draculich, Pittsburgh Sports Nation.
There you go. He's back. He's here and well. He's ready to talk sports. What's on your mind?
I was like Jack Lambert. I had to become a recluse just for a little bit. You know, he was my idol growing up, so I figured I should take a little sabbatical for a year, you know. Other than that, I got to chime in for something for you. I know you're big on high school basketball. I got a name for you.
Nelly.
Nellie Cummings.
Yeah,
Lincoln
you
Park.
yeah.
Sophomore.
Did I call it before you even said it?
Scored
That boy
24
bad.
points a game.
Only a sophomore.
That is my classmate's son. I remember playing ball about 10 years ago, Midlands Gym, when they opened it up. I'm out there shooting around with Brunel and little kids running around, zigzagging around, throwing balls up in the air. And a couple of them are going in, a couple ain't. But I was like, who's that? Your nephew or something? He goes, that's my boy. I said, wow. So then last year when I'm watching the finals and I go, that's Nelly. I said, oh my God. They grow quick.
Yeah.
And it made me feel a little old. Not too much, but a
Aaron,
little
let me
old.
tell you, you're not old at all. These years go by as it is. You got to think young. I don't care how old you are. I think I have some socks that might be that old. Look at that guy limping up there. He's younger than you.
I'm not there yet.
We'll let anybody in here to watch Pittsburgh Sports Line. No, what are you thinking? Give us a topic, one topic you get to talk sports.
What's on your mind? You want to hear about Pitt or do you want to hear about the Penguins?
He's too negative on Pitt. People are negative on the Penguins.
you
Why
could
don't
go
you give
negative-
us a little bit of both?
All right.
You can get a couple minutes on each.
We'll
How's
start
that?
with Pitt, all right?
right.
Everyone likes some stats here. Right now, Pitt, for the most part, controls their destiny. And I'm not talking about winning the ACC tournament, okay?
Right.
The next 4 games are key for them. Their RPI right now is 36 in ESPN.
Right.
And only one team in history from a Power 5 or Power 6 conference has ever not made the tournament if their RPI is below 40. That was Cincinnati back in 2006. So if Pitt wins these next 4 games, which they're going to have to, there's no slip-ups allowed against like a Wake Forest or Boston College.
Really?
Or Miami, who's
Not
who they're
anymore.
competing with. Not anymore.
Okay.
They already blew their games against Hawaii and that horrific loss against Virginia Tech where they had the lead and they choked in the end. Now, they win these 4 games and they make a good good showing in the ACC tournament, that first game, which they still have an outside shot at that top 4, because right now they're 6th, I believe.
Right.
Syracuse is 5th. We all know Syracuse is not going to the tournament.
Right.
So if Pitt wins out, more than likely they're going to be the 4 seed, which means they get a bye. That should go a long way in them getting some consideration going to the tournament. I think if they win these next 4, which they should be favored. You would think.
All right, enough Pitt. We've had enough. They got to win. This is so simple. Get the W. All right, I'm in on that.
Now,
Pitt's in. Now a little Penguin talk.
The other team, that team up there with that guy. Now, you know, they have talent on that team.
Are you serious? They've had talent the last 6 years.
There's this guy, a little nerdy guy, you know, with them glasses, Rob Rossi. You had an article today in the Trip saying that this is the least talented team in Crosby's tenure. I'm kind of wondering when acid that Rob Rossi is on. Maybe he hit a couple
Did you say
taps
acid?
Okay. Yeah, acid.
All right.
Mushrooms.
It's a family show. We'll
I think
pass
he's on
that.
He's on something. Maybe it's beer. Could be. Maybe it's some
He's just
beer.
high on life, and he's writing for the Trip.
For them to have the least talented team in the Penguins since Crosby here is asinine. They got really good players, and basically.
Well, what do they have to do? We can debate what's going on. What do they need to do except win?
You got that guy, and you got Evgeny Malkin.
That's number 87.
Those are 2 of the top 3 players in the world, correct?
Still.
All right.
Fleury's playing out of his mind, so I think that's actually helped.
Should be having MVP considerations because the guy has, 8, 9 shutouts on the
I
year?
think 8, yes.
Too many times.
Almost last night.
Yeah, another one. This is the one that got slipped by. That was a beautiful face-off. That was Lemieux-esque. That was one of those plays from Lemieux's heyday there.
Definitely.
The face-off, you go to the net, I'll shoot, you go get it. Now, when it comes down to this, when I see that I have the 2 best players on my team,
right.
Too many times I see these games where they're 1-1, 2-2, and that's the time that a Lemieux or a Gretzky steps up to the plate.
But hasn't the game changed? The NHL is 2-1, 3-2 games. It's changed.
But when you're the best, and I consider you the best, I expect you to make a play. And like the other night, last Tuesday, I had basketball that I played. I believe the Penguins were down a goal to the Capitals late in the game, and they hit a power play. And I got to see the replay, and late in the game, Sid had a wide open shot on the power play, and he passed it. Mario Lemieux, never in his life, if he had that shot, is going to pass it up. Alex Ovechkin, if he has that shot, I guarantee you, is not going to pass that shot up. You got to make a play. This team has the talent to do it. I see at least one more trade coming before the end of this trading deadline. Doesn't have to be a superstar, but they need to get back to doing what they're doing early in the year, which is crashing the net.
Right.
Get back to that wolf mentality.
Yeah, but won't it help with some of these guys getting healthy now? They haven't really played together a lot of times.
That's true.
I'm looking towards that end. You know, I like to disagree.
No, I said that I wanted to see what this team was like.
Because I don't know yet.
Because they're 4 points out of the top spot in the East, and they haven't really had a full team, like you're saying.
Not at all.
Since they have had a full team for a couple of weeks, there's too many close games where I'm seeing where not that guy's not the other team's making the play and they're not. Now the last 2 games over the weekend, that was a big step forward.
Sure.
Gets them back into the talk now to get that division. The Islanders, they got a lot of wins. Maybe I think the first.
We're going to have to cut you a little short. We still got some guests, but I want to know your prediction for the Pens if they do what you're saying. Where will they end up?
I think they're going to finish second in the division.
Okay.
They'll still make the playoffs. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. No one's going to want to play that team in the first round. I think they could still win the division. It's just something right now until they're fully healthy and there's no more injuries. It's going to be tough to do with a couple teams in there ahead of you, like Washington, the Islanders, the Rangers, and they're all playing.
Well, let's remain hopeful for 87 and 71 and all the rest of the boys.
It's up to those guys to make the game.
Now, how should they get a hold of you?
If you're looking for Pittsburgh Sports Nation, you go to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh Sports Nation.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Sports Nation. Yeah, you find it on Facebook.
Can't miss them.
You find it on Facebook. You look up Pittsburgh Sports Nation.
Since you disappeared on us, we've now grown so much bigger. We've gained over 2,400 likes.
Getting close.
So I don't know what that means. You left us, and we're coming on.
You're closing in.
Well, guess what?
I still got you 2-1 for now. Facebook.
You had us 50-1 when we first met. Get out of here now. We'll see you.
You got YouTube, right?
No competition. We're not even in the same
league. I'd like to have a fundraiser to get more one of those click farms.
Well, we don't. Everything we've done is organic. I question the veracity of your likes because I don't see them making comments anymore.
Todd
My
Stussy just
people
followed
are
me.
all active.
How about Twitter? At Pittsburgh's Way, at PGH Sports
Hey,
Nation. Todd Stussy just followed me today. You know that guy,
Yeah,
don't you?
I have a rinky-dink Twitter handle, Al PGH, because I didn't even blow out Pittsburgh Sportsline yet. Wait till you see when that comes out on Twitter.
I'm not going to promote you again.
You have to. You
We'll
haven't seen
cross-promote each other.
anything.
We'll cross-promote.
You know I always do it naturally. I've sent people there all the time, even in your hiatus.
Yes,
Get out of
indeed.
here, Big Mike D. It was a pleasure. Well, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is actually tonight it's kind of unique. I'd like to get them to put The Voice on here. You know, there's benefit concerts I do in Arnold, New Kensington for the parks.
I've heard.
One of the performers from the first 3 years is on The Voice tonight. Mia Z is her name, yes.
Wow, you
And,
can't forget a name like that.
Yeah, and she's either going to be on tonight or tomorrow. It depends on where they put her. But she's going to
You
be
know,
on
that's the
tonight.
old Pirates game.
Yeah, I still
Quit
like
looking
watching
at
that. There's a home run. The Pirates
Quit
is
looking
home
at
run.
that. That was last year. What's happening in your sports world now?
My sports world?
We need a quick minute or two from you.
Quick minute. I just can't wait till opening day. Pirates opening day, and I've been following the Borough Bucks girls team still. They're still winning by 30 points a game. And they play tomorrow night against Bishop Canavan, I believe.
Not the local team that I grew up there. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
And if they win,
I hope they win.
If they win, and I hope they win, they'll be at the Peterson Event Center on Friday for the finals for AA girls.
Get out. That's great.
I've been checking out all the games, and I'm going with my buddy. And two of my friends we're going to have him on here after the season's over.
Great.
We'll have the stars and the coach
no
on.
doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
No doubt. Hey, I wanted to announce on Pittsburgh Sportsline. I told you today and some other people that I have another Facebook page called Bucko Pride. It's a page that I have now. A friend of mine gave it to me.
Really?
Yeah, so now I have Bucko Pride.
I liked it already.
I know. What'd you think of it?
I haven't looked at it yet. I just liked it first. I trust you. I was a busy man today.
Thanks. Well, it has a nice cover photo of Roberto Clemente in Forbes Field.
But I do have a question for you. Are you going to announce where the shows are going to be every other week? Did you find that out?
We're working on next week. I don't know if it's going to happen. We had a couple things fall through this week. One of the businesses had a water main break, so it may get delayed. But I'll know further maybe by Wednesday. You know me, I'm always talking, so we'll have something.
Can't wait for the announcement. I'll be there wherever it is.
Well, I appreciate it. You've been a great guy. Just tell them one shameless promotion here. Just one.
If you want to get healthy, and I know you do, mymonav.com/Mario's Juice. The second time, mymonav.com/Mario's Juice. 412-417-7301. Get healthy today.
And he answers his phone.
Yes, I do.
Give me the mic. You're done, my friend. Do you have a favorite sport?
Oh, yes. Football.
This season. No, this season.
This season, football.
Oh, my.
Always football. I got all the games.
I was trying to get a beep
Me,
out
my
of her.
dad. All the games. Yeah.
I like football too. It's my favorite.
Okay, well,
We both
I
like
asked
football.
both of you the
Pens
question.
on too.
Well, why are you wearing your Pens outfits?
Because our football T-shirts are dirty.
Honest women.
There she goes. That was a good one. Thank you.
That was a good way to get her started. Could you explain what kind of problem she has?
Well, yes, I can do that. All right. Well, Marilyn was born with a defective windpipe. So when she laughs, she honks, and we were
I didn't notice.
I don't know. It's just like a little obvious. I don't know. You know, when I started out, we were worried about with the negative freezing temperatures that her pipes would freeze. so we didn't know if she was going to be able to do this or not. Because I saw on television they say put like towels around your pipes.
She looks like she has a turtleneck there. Now, this is not, I have to tell people, this is not staged.
We never saw you before.
You cannot even make this up. They were on. if she stops beeping for 10 seconds, somebody, like, where's that towel at? They actually were on one of the 10 funniest videos in the world.
In the whole world.
Now, we had a misconception here. We misunderstood them. They kept saying that they were going to the UK. They meant that their video was.
Right.
Not
our video was
physically.
funny.
So in this day of technology,
They do.
you can do that.
Yeah,
So you were there.
Yes.
And
we
you
were there.
You were in the top 10.
We're in the top 10 on video. Funniest videos.
And I tried to watch to see if I could see the show.
We did too. We did too. We couldn't. We kept getting.
You know why? There was a technicality, not enough beeping.
There was. That's right. I think I ruined their audio too.
Oh, there's no doubt. You ruined mine.
Yeah, she didn't beep
Oh,
with
I
an she didn't beep with an English accent.
Is that an English accent beep? Now, if she was actually the beep for Jerome Bettis' bus. And now I wanted to ask you if you're going to the Hall of Fame with him, so you can be in the bus.
I'm going to be there. Absolutely.
Will you be able to
We already
beep?
reserved.
Does the beep run out?
Oh, and I love the beep for the bus. We were on a show years ago.
I know, I just told him that.
Yeah.
I said you were the beep on the bus.
Oh, they loved it. It was funny.
Wasn't that a good idea? Beep for the bus? Was that a good idea?
Oh,
Do you think he remembers?
I can't forget you, and I didn't know who you are. You were talking the whole time I was interviewing. I'm just glad you weren't beeping.
You should have seen Jerome Bettis' face when he first heard her. Oh my God, he went, I don't know what to do with myself.
I have a surprise for you. For you and Jim.
Uh-oh.
I brought you something really
Earplugs.
special.
Thank you,
that's
ear
it.
muffers.
Yay! I brought you some ear muffers. Don't forget to wear them when you're screaming, you know.
I only need them in my left ear.
one ear. I'll start making them for the left ear.
I think you need them in your right today.
What?
You're right today.
What? I can't hear you. She fell for it. No wonder you're the straight person for it. Okay. Now what is this thing you have for us?
Okay, I have a little surprise for you, and one for each of you. And this is a picture of Manny Sanguillen.
Oh,
and
your dad's in the
my dad.
background. Thank you. 61 years of marriage to your mom.
Yay! My mom and dad are good. They are married 61 years. You know what?
Where did I hear that?
I'm telling you, Alan, they're famous. They are. They were on Facebook. They got more likes.
What are
than
they
we
doing
did.
on Facebook?
They've been married 61 years.
You're married 61 years, stay off of Facebook. You'll get in trouble there unless you're liking Pittsburgh Sportsline. We need a couple more likes.
This is Manny. I'll tell you. I
You
actually,
mean Manny Sanguillen.
Manny Sanguillen.
From the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yep, that's
Okay.
him. Actually, I was late on a layover with him in Atlanta for 5 hours.
Don't say that fast.
Poor guy.
No, he sat with me.
You know what? This is one of the few pictures that Manny Sanguillen is not smiling. He is not smiling. Devin, can you get a close-up of this? I don't know if you can do it. Manny Sanguillen is not smiling.
He was.
What are you beeping in my ear for?
Manny, he's a great guy. He has a rib place too at the stadium. You know that.
Oh, great. Now she's
How does it happen? We're in a rib house.
Yeah, really,
and
man.
he has one.
He does. He invited me to come, and my mom. He said, "You bring your mom."
Was
and I'll
that
give you rib."
before
Or after he
or
heard you
after the flight?
That was before I.
Okay,
Yeah.
that invite is done.
changed his
Believe me.
Forget about him, Mary. You better eat here.
There's no
We're
way.
done.
She
Will you
better eat
smile at
here.
your friends over there? They're trying to take your photo.
Wait, give him the finger.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I
My sister-in-law's sister and my sister-in-law.
The pointer. I point to the stars. You're the best beeper I know. You know that. And the only beeper you know. You got that. Hey, could we have a serious moment here? I'll try. I try to do a shameless promotion. Well, maybe not for you. It's too hard.
Oh, thank you.
I don't want you beeping. I figure the meaner I am, the less beeping I get. Can you tell us what this even is? Because people have short memories. You were at SIPS.
Yes.
Mario, could you do us a favor and bring up Mo and Molly?
Nice. Yes, we'll introduce.
Devin, how much time do we have?
How much time we have?
Because somebody
There they are.
somebody gave them an idea and they ran with this thing.
These are my new friends.
Mo and Molly.
Who gave you the idea for somebody?
You did. Alan Levine.
Alan Levine, the talking machine, gave me the idea. He says you gotta get a mannequin and teach people how to use the earmuffers because they won't know how to use them unless you show them.
Brilliant.
So we got it. This is Mo.
Hold it, you had Mo.
Yep. And we
I didn't know you find Molly.
Molly.
It's his mail order girlfriend.
I don't want to know.
This is
It's a
Mo's
family
mail
show.
order girlfriend, Molly. Over here. Do you want her?
No, they can see her.
They were online.
Okay.
I don't want them close
dating.
together.
You
That's
notice
it.
I got, oh look, she nods her head. She's a yes girl. She said yes, yes Mo, yes Mo.
And I'm happy to have another brother on the show.
You betcha.
And he doesn't talk. And he doesn't talk.
What business is this? This isn't supposed to be funny. This is business.
Yeah, they're called earmuffers. And if you want to go to the website, earmuffers.com.
Why would they want to go there?
Yeah, so they could see Mo.
No, why would they go there? We already see Mo.
Oh, that's right.
We see Molly. This is about business.
Oh, yeah. So if you need some earplugs, I know Zach probably needed them at the Fortune 500.
Fortune 500 is what your company is. Daytona 500 is what he was at.
Yeah.
All right, now why are they going there?
They're going there. To order the earmuffers. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. And if
Hey
you
Mo,
order
you got a lot of problems with the owner here. It's not working out real well. Matter of fact, this one's getting a little dirty. Can you change the ear muffer?
Hey, you didn't notice the black and gold.
You took my idea. She's stealing all my ideas.
You can't wear that. Yeah. You can wear it to the game. To the Steeler games. We're going to make some noise this year, gang. You hear? We're making some noise. Who's going to make noise? Everybody. Here we go. Beep, beep for the bus.
That was the worst beep of the night. That was the best beep of the night.
It's past her bedtime now. She's
Well, I appreciate you guys coming here
Thank you
and
so
visiting
much.
with us.
Love to see you guys.
We
Thank
do.
you.
Hi,
Thank
Jim.
you.
How are you, honey?
I just wanted the finger. I love
He
it.
doesn't do that.
Did you get our picture?
He does the fit. Who does? Nobody's taking a picture here.
I wanted to
Devin,
tell
can you take a picture?
You know what?
Devin takes the best pictures because Smoking Jim had him take one last week, and he got the most likes that he ever had on his page with women.
Oh, okay.
First time ever, he had one of his best friends.
hold Molly because you like
Yeah, there you go. Give me Mo.
Wow, she's heavy.
Alan is their chaperone.
There.
There you go. Come Mo.
We got a chaperone, these two.
And I just wanted to bring up our mission is the homeless. We feed the homeless here in Pittsburgh.
When do you do it?
On Monday nights, every Monday.
How come you didn't do it tonight?
Yeah, Manny did. Manny and Kelly. Hi, guys.
And those are your
That's my husband and my daughter.
And your daughter?
Yeah. They did. They went down.
You know what?
and
Kelly
definitely-
just can't believe how you are, and your mother's still
I know.
shaking her head.
She's so quiet.
Good looking mannequin.
Isn't she?
Whoa.
I thought she looked like Justin Bieber.
She's really smart.
She is smart. The man. Oh, I thought you meant the man.
Well, we know your daughter, Kelly's smart. How could she not? Look at her grandma there.
Right. They've been married 61 years.
I know. Yeah. And they
You know
get more
what?
life.
We're going to have to end this beeping part of the show, if you don't mind.
Oh no.
It was a pleasure having you
Love
here.
coming. Thank you so much.
Now,
we love you guys.
I know it's hard for you guys to be quiet, but we're going to close the show out right now.
Okay, so we'll be real quiet.
Well, the best you can. Okay, because I don't expect much.
Well, yeah,
You're a great guest.
Yeah, really.
And why don't you hold Mo?
I'll hold
Okay,
Mo.
you hold Mo.
I love Mo.
Do you want me to hold Molly?
Yeah. Yeah, put the